Hi everyone, this is Chetan Parashar on the channel The Optimum Cube. Today we'll be talking about one of the most important part of the meeting, which is the first part, the handshake. We'll be dividing the handshake part into different segments, which will be the pre-handshake, the handshake and the post-handshake segment. We'll be talking about the do's and the don'ts which you need to have in mind as in when you're shaking hand with somebody. So this is the first segment which we'll be talking about, which is the pre-handshake part. There are a few things which you need to ensure before you go in for a handshake. One, please try and ensure that your hand is not wet, it is not sweating, it is not soiled for one reason or the other. In case it is, please try to clean your hand, wipe your hand before you go in for a handshake. The purpose of the handshake is to make the other person, engage the other person and make the other person feel comfortable about meeting you. So he'll be holding your hand. You ensure your hand is not dirty so that the other person feels uncomfortable about it. Second thing which you need to have in mind is that it is very inappropriate to shake hands while sitting. So in case you're meeting somebody, please try and stand up while doing the shake hand. You might be doing it with your junior, your senior, your colleagues. That's the most appropriate way. Avoid sitting. Do if only it is a compulsion and you can't move. Right, so we'll be talking about the second segment here, which is the actual handshake. There are a few things which you need to have in mind all the time when you're going for a handshake. First of all, as in when you're doing the handshake, you have to ensure that your handshake is firm. You sound confident as in when you're doing the handshake. To show confidence, your grip has to be very firm. What you need to do is when you're doing the handshake, ensure this part of your hand, which is called as the web of your hand should touch the web of the other person's hand. This is the most firm way of doing the handshake. Avoid doing handshake which is not gentle, which is too soft, like a dead fish, where you just extend your hand without any warmth, without any charm. That's not appropriate. Or you should not be too hard. You should not squeeze the other person's hand, which is called the iron fist, which is again not welcome. You won't make the other person feel comfortable in case you're extending a dead fish or you're squeezing the other person by the iron fist. Go by the normal way of doing the handshake. A handshake should be gentle, firm, and you should sound confident as in when you're doing the handshake. The next thing that you need to have in mind is when you're doing the handshake, the body part which you need to move is your elbow. Your handshake should move from your elbow. You should not be moving only your wrist. You should not be moving your shoulder entirely. That's absolutely not okay. The part that you need to move is your elbow. Elbow is the most firm way while shaking the hand. So please confine your handshake to your elbow only, no other part. Two other things which you need to have in mind. One is that as in when you're meeting somebody, greeting somebody and shaking hand, you need to smile. The greeting should be welcoming. So you must smile as in when you're meeting somebody. Last but not the least, eye contact. The person should know whom is he meeting. So as in when you're shaking hand with somebody, please ensure you are establishing an eye contact, exchanging a smile and giving the other person a chance to recognize you. Right, so now you're done with the handshake. The things that you need to keep in mind after the handshake is over. First of all, in case you've shaken hand with somebody whose hands are not clean and you are not feeling comfortable instead, so you should not react upfront. Please don't start cleaning your hand in front of the other person. Please don't start giving your hand a massage in case the person has just squeezed your hand. You need to be confident and smiling even if you're not feeling comfortable about it. That is the best way of carrying on the meeting in a positive way, because the other person might also feel offended that his hand was not appropriate. Avoid that. So please keep your posture calm and composed as in when, even if you're not feeling comfortable about the handshake which you have done with the other person. One thing which I would like to tell you further is, please do not look at third person while taking hand with the other one. So it is not recommended. The one whom you are shaking hand with, please ensure eye contact with the same person. A few more things people are at times confused about is the duration of the handshake. Ideally, what you can do is you can shake your hand 3 times. You can move your hand 3 times up and down, and then it is over. Or you can keep your hand in, keep in the same position for as long as the other person is holding your hand. Both the things are appropriate. In case you are having the command over the handshake, please release the hand after 3 times. That's more appropriate. Another thing is the way who is dominating the handshake. As in when it comes to dominating the handshake, you must understand the one who is bringing the hand from the top is the one who is trying to control the conversation, who is trying to control the meeting. So this is one way, but this should not be confusing because at times people have a tendency to bring the hand from above. So both the things are appropriate. The best way to extend your hand is to extend it very openly. Neither it should be dominating nor it should go down. It should be in control and in proper way. Okay, I believe the tips which I have shared are useful to you and you can use these in times to come. I'll be coming up with more tips, more ideas about body language, your soft skills and life skills in times to come. Looking forward to seeing you all. Do subscribe to this channel and wait for the next video. All the best.